When I say
That's
that
cool.
sound and the silence aren't two, like you can
Yeah.
actually find, yeah, the stillness within sound. That's what I,
Yeah.
so that's my experience now in comparison to many years ago when I learned to meditate, and like sounds would always drive me nuts, like
Yeah.
clocks or people talking in another room.
Yeah.
But now if there's a sound and it's like attention goes to the sound, if I'm trying to sleep and there's some sound, it's like, it actually dials into it more, and it dials into it. And then there's a sort of silence there. Breath stuff for me, meditation wise and stuff is interesting because when many years ago, maybe before I even started meditating officially by learning TM, I remember trying breath meditation. I'd read about it and stuff, and it was always like so hard for me. It didn't even make sense. I literally couldn't understand the steps for some reason. And now I think I know the reason, but breath work did not come naturally to me. Breath meditation did not come naturally to me at all. It was very challenging. And I thought there was something wrong with me or something. I was like, what am I missing here? Years later, I read Adyashanti. He said the same thing for him. He said it didn't work for him for whatever reason at first. But now, I don't necessarily use it as a focus of meditation or anything, but if it's noticed, it's very much like that. It's like, it just coalesces with all of the appearances, and it's like the whole room is breathing or the whole universe is breathing. Yeah. And I think back, and I don't know because I can't remember how it was, but many years ago when I first learned to meditate, perhaps there were definitely periods where it felt the presence was so remarkable, but it would be very short lived during a meditation round or something. And my sense is that this experience I'm talking about right now, that's just here, is probably what that was. Like I would have this just little taste of that kind of openness and interpenetration of sensations and experience and consciousness. And it was just so remarkable, but it is essentially baseline now, which is really nice. It's almost like no matter where you look, there's more to see in the non-dual field. The more anywhere you feel, there's more depth to the feeling, just ongoing. And there's some also thing about this that's really strange. This is definitely something the ego doesn't like. It wouldn't like to know if it could actually know this, but you can't really get used to it. There's not the tendency to brace yourself because you know what's happening or going to happen goes away. So it's a very raw experience as well, but there's no problem with the rawness. Only at first does that seem to be an issue. Perhaps you could call it innocence. I think that's another good word for it.